Hi children, I welcome you all for the today's English class. Today in our English class, we are going to see the next chapter in our grammar unit, chapter 7, tenses. Tenses are otherwise called as verb tenses because it completely depends on the verbs. First of all, let's see what is meant by tenses. The word tense comes from the Latin word tempus, which means time. So, tenses denotes the time of action of the verb. So, children, tense is a word that was derived from a Latin word tempus, which means time. So, tense denotes the time of the action of the verb. Then what is meant by verb, children? That we already know that verbs are the words that describe an action, an occurrence or a state of being. That is known as verb. So as I already told you children, the word tense is derived from the Latin word tempus, which means time. So tense is a form of verb. Tense is a form of verb which used to express the action when it takes place. That is, when an action is, was or will be performed. Express when an action is, was or will be performed based on the time frame. That is, when the action is taking place, we can divide or categorize tenses into three types. First one is present tense, second one is past tense, and the third one is future tense. Now, children, let's watch a video about these three tenses with an examples. Hello, children. Do you want to improve your English? We all know that we need to improve our roots and good fruits. To get good fruits of English, we are now going to learn the root of English. That is, going to learn tenses today. These are the main fundamental pillar for both speaking and writing correct English. You must learn that properly. What exactly is a tense? Tense is a form of a verb that takes to show the time it happened. It actually describes when any action that happened with respect to its time. Now, children, the time of the action could be in past, present or in future. Children, look at the timeline carefully. The circle represents the present tense. Here, the line which is left to the circle is the time which is already past. And the line which is right to the circle is the future time. So please understand this timeline properly, children, because as we are going to use this timeline for understanding when any action took place with respect to time, as the time could be past, present or future. Tenses are mainly divided into three types: past tense, present tense and future tense. Now each of these three types have four subtypes. First one is simple, second one is continuous, third one is perfect, fourth one is perfect continuous. Consider this as a family tree, children. The grandfather tense is having three children: past, present and future. And each parent is having four sons with same name, that is simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Writing them all becomes 12 siblings. That means 12 tenses. We are going to learn each of them. For that, we need to know forms of verbs, which are mainly divided into 5 forms, which are base form, we will denote it as V1. Then past form will denote it as V2. Then past participle form will denote it as V3. Then S or ES form will denote it as VS or ES. then ing form will denote it as VING. Let's see an example for the verb play. The base form of the verb is play. The past form of the verb is played and the past participle form is played. S or ES form is plays and then ing form is playing. Let's see one more example with the verb go. The base form of the verb is go and the past form is went. Past participle form is gone. S or ES form is goes and finally the ing form is going. So children, now I think you must be clear about the verb forms. Let's see and move on to the tenses. Children, as I explained you with the family tree, in English we have 12 tenses. Tense is the grandfather. For the grandfather, it has 3 children. First one is present tense, second one is past tense, and third one is future tense. So each parent has its own children in the same name: present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Coming to the second son, past simple, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous children. Then for the son of future, which has the same children, that is simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. Children, today in this session we are going to see all the perfect tenses one by one in detail. Now let's start with the first tense, present perfect tense. It refers to an action that began in the past and true in the present. And also it refers to an action that happened in the past but the time is not specified here. Let's see the structure for present perfect tense. Subject plus have or has plus verb form plus object. Let's see to the example for the action that happened in the past and still true. Look at the example here. I have played football a lot this week. See to the timeline of this. The action of playing started in the past and it is still true till the present moment. And it is, I am still playing football. Now let's see another example for finished action without any time declared. Look at the example here. I have finished my homework. We are getting to know that the homework is done, but the time is not specified when the action happened. So in the timeline, it will look like this. We may think it as a simple past, but here time is not known. Whereas in simple past, we know the time when the event was completed. Children, please understand these two differences. From the two timelines, you may understood the two usage of present perfect tense, children. Let's look into the next tense, that is past perfect tense. It refers to an action that completed before any other action in the past. Structure of the past perfect tense is subject plus had plus verb 3 form plus object. Let's see the example for past perfect tense. I had played football before you came. For one action of playing is already completed before another action in the past. In the timeline, you can see like this. In the left hand side, the action of playing is already completed before the another action happened. I hope you have clear with past perfect tense, children. Now let's see future perfect tense. Let's see the definition here. It refers to an action that will happen before another event in the future. Here we are comparing two events in the future. Look at the structure for future perfect tense, children. Subject plus will have plus verb third form plus object. For example, I will have played football by the time you arrive. So my action of playing will be already completed before the action of your arriving. Let's see the timeline. In the timeline, you can see like this. In the right hand side, the action of playing will be complete before the action of your arriving comes. So here comparison of two future event is happening. Now we have covered all the three perfect tenses, children. Let's see few examples for each perfect tenses one by one now. First, let's start with the present perfect tense. In present perfect tense, a verb form that expresses certain action taken place for once or more than once, just a few moments ago, with or without time specification. Look at the positive structure for present perfect tense. Subject plus has or have plus verb 3 form plus object. If the subject is in singular, we have to use and go for has form of verb. Then if the subject is in plural form, we have to go for have form of helping verb. The sentence here, children. He has completed the mission. He has completed the mission. Here he is the subject which is in singular form, so we have to go for has. Completed is the verb 3 form. The mission is the object here. Okay, so he has completed the mission. It is in positive. So look at the negative structure here. Subject has or have, not plus verb 3 form plus object. So here the sentence it is, he has not completed the mission. If it is interrogative, we have to go for bring the helping verb, that is has form of verb. Has or have should be in the front plus subject plus verb 3 form plus object with a question mark. So the sentence it is, has he completed the mission? Has he completed the mission with question mark? So as it is interrogative, we should end with a question mark. So the positive sentence it is, he has completed the mission. The negative sentence it is, he has not completed the mission. In interrogative, has he completed the mission? So these are the examples for present perfect tense in positive, negative and interrogative forms. Look at the next example here. For present perfect tense in positive form, subject plus has or have plus verb 3 plus object. That is the structure as I said already. So see here, if it is he, she, it, we have to go for has. If it is I, you, we, they, we have to go for the helping verb have. Have plus started. So he has started, she has started, it has started, I have started, we have started, you have started, they have started. So the example it is, I have done it, he has done it. So we have to use have. For he, we have to use has. So I have done it, he has done it in positive form. If it is negative form, subject plus has or have plus not plus verb 3 plus object as I said. So here he hasn't, she hasn't, it hasn't, I haven't, you haven't, we haven't, they haven't. So if it is negative, we have to add not with the helping verb. So the sentence it is, he has not started. That means he hasn't started. We haven't started. In example, see here, the example it is, I haven't done it, he hasn't done it. Look at the question form. In interrogative, we have to go take the has and have to the front. So see here, have or has plus subject plus verb 3. So see the sentence here. Has he started? Has she started? Has it started? Have I started? Have you started? Have we started? And have they started? See the example here. You have done it. That should be written as have you done it? She has done it. That should be written as has she done it? So this is the way you have to change. Bring the helping verb have or has to the front and the subject. Next, verb 3 form plus object. So this is the way you have to make sentence in question form. Children, let's see some more examples in present perfect tense. So look at the sentences here. We have played football on the ground. We have played football on the ground. See, he has written a letter to her friend. They have worked in the field. They is the subject. Have form should be used in the plural form of pronoun, then verb 3 form, then object. So they have worked in the field. She has sung a song in the classroom. I have planted some plants in the garden. I have woken early in the morning. I have woken early in the morning. Harry has brushed her teeth. Harry is a single noun, so we have to use has. Then my mom has cooked food. Then look at this next sentence. They have gone home. He has drunk water. He has eaten food at my restaurant. They have gone to Canada. I have learned all the sentences. Look at the next sentence here. She has bought a new car. She has bought a new car. So all these verbs are in verb 3 form, children. So you can learn the verb 3 forms also. You should know what is meant by verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. That means present tense, past participle form of the verbs. Then look at the next sentence here. I have gone to the classroom. We have owned new clothes. We have owned new clothes. Where? Own. We have watched a new horror movie. I have learned the French language. I have understood all the equations. So these are the sentences for present perfect tense, children. I think now you would have understood what is meant by present perfect tense, and you have learned so many sentences also. You have come across so many sentences also here. Now let's see the next tense, that is past perfect tense. The past perfect tense here. Let's see some more examples with the structure and sentences, children. Children, let's see the past perfect tense with the definition here. Past perfect tense in English is composed of two parts. The past tense, the verb to have, had, plus past participle of the main verb. So had plus past participle. So see here the structure for the positive sentence. Here subject plus had plus past participle. So the sentence here is she had finished. In negative we have to add not. So in present perfect tense we have to use has or have. In past we must use only had. So subject plus had plus past participle. So see here negative sentence, subject plus had not. That means hadn't plus past participle. So the sentence here is she hadn't finished. In interrogative sentence we have to bring the have form of verb had plus subject plus past participle. So that means had she finished. So this is the structure and the sentence for past perfect tense, children. Here in positive, subject plus had plus past participle form plus object. That is the structure. So look at the example here. She had finished the test. In negative it is subject plus hadn't plus past participle. So she hadn't finished the test. Next, in question interrogative, had she finished the test with question mark. So this is the positive, negative and question sentence form for past perfect tense. Children, look at the example sentences for past perfect tense. See here, if it is plural or singular, we must use had plus verb 3 form. So this is the constant structure for past perfect tense. So we had played video games. He had beaten chess easily. Harry had become a successful maker. So beat, beaten, beaten. Play, played, played. Become, became, become. So third form of the become is become. So see here, fourth example, they had cut the tree last week. So in cut, for the verb cut, it is even in verb 2 and verb 3 it is cut only. So cut, cut, cut. She had drawn, draw, drew, drawn. Drawn a good painting. He had eaten, eat, ate, eaten. Verb 3 form is eaten. All the snacks. John had found, find, found, found a new job. My dad had gone, go, went, gone to California. I had known, know, knew, known how to solve all the problems. She had hurt me when I was a child. Hurt. I had driven a car yesterday. I had told all the information. Tell, told. Drive, drew, driven. We had bought new clothes. They had won, won, win, won. She had watched a horror movie. Watched. Elena had made an ice cream cake. I had worn, own the new t-shirt at the exhibition. We had spent all the money. Spent. I had run a mile when I was younger. Ran. So these are the examples for present perfect tense. Past perfect tense, children. So now I think you might be clear about the structure and the sentences how to make in past perfect tense. So that's all from past perfect tense. Let's move on to future perfect tense, the last tense in the perfect tense, children. Children, let's see the future perfect tense with the structure, definition and the examples for the future perfect tense, children. Children, now let's see the structure and sentences for future perfect tense here. In positive form, we should start with subject will have plus verb 3 form. So this is the structure for future perfect tense in positive, children. So see here in sentence, I will have started, you will have started, he will have started, she will have started, it will have started, they will have started, we will have started, you will have started. In negative, it should be, see the example for positive here, I will have finished. I will have finished. In negative, subject plus will not have. So I won't have started. You won't have started. He won't have started. She won't have started. It won't have started. We won't have started. They won't have started. Example, I won't have finished. In question form, it is will plus subject plus have plus verb 3. So here the auxiliary verb will should come, friend. Will I have started? Will you have started? Will we have started? Finally, will they have started? Example sentence, you will have finished. This is the positive form. In question, it should be changed as will you have finished. So this is the format and structure of writing positive, negative and question form of sentences in future perfect tense, children. Here you have the definition for future perfect tense, children. Future perfect tense express an action or even plan and completely done in any particular future time having a fixed date schedule. See here, in positive, subject plus will have plus verb 3, that is past participle form of a verb plus object. The sentence here it is John will have gone to London next month. Then subject plus will not plus have plus verb 3 form past participle form of verb plus object. John will not have gone to London next month. Next, in question it is will subject plus have plus verb 3 plus object. Will John have gone to London next month? Now let's see the sentences for future perfect tense. Boys will have played tennis by then. She will have studied hard during the exam. Will have plus verb 3 form. So study, studied, studied. We will have written a letter. Write, wrote, written. Written is the verb 3 form of write. He will have run 2 kilometers. They will have scored good marks in the exam. She will have cleaned their house. Bob will have eaten all the cookies. Dad will not have gone to London next week. I will have drunk water. I will have drunk water. So in the previous sentence, dad will not. It is a negative form of future perfect tense, children. Here it is positive. I will have drunk. Drink, drank, drunk water. So drunk is the verb 3 form. He will have applied for the next job in London. I'll not have spent too much of money on clothes. She will have lost all the mail tomorrow. She will have become the best YouTuber next year. He will have lost all the money in 3 years. So lost. So these are the example sentences for future perfect tense, children. So we discussed all the perfect tenses in today's session, children. I think now you might be clear about the present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense. Understand the structure and the definition, children, and practice your own sentences on these perfect tenses on your own.